Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from third group of Psycholinguistics. We want to present material about language acquisition. Our group members consist of Akbar, Syach, Hidayat, me, Alvan Fazlurrahman, and Mohammad Ali Ramadhan. Let's begin into the next material. Language acquisition. Language acquisition is a central theme in cognitive science. Every cognitive theory has attempted to explain it. Perhaps no other topic has sparked as much debate. Language is the quintessential human characteristic all normal humans speak, and no non-human animal does. One of the reasons language acquisition is studied because it is one way to look for construct answers to questions that permeate cognitive science. First is modularity, human uniqueness, language and thought, and learning and innateness. Next is about modularity. According to Chomsky, children learn language through the use of a mental organ. Some of its organizational principles, such as perception, motor control, and reasoning, are not shared by other cognitive science. The case we're mostly related to is figuring out how to communicate with other humans via the auditory channel. Next, human uniqueness. Some researchers believed that apes have the capacity for language but have never benefited from a human-like cultural milieu in which language is taught. So they attempted to teach apes language-like systems. However, other claims about human uniqueness appear to have the human language's combinatorial rule system, in which symbols can be permuted into an infinite number of combinations, each with a distinct meaning. Next is about language and thought. People think not only in words, but also in images and abstract logical propositions according to cognitive psychology. And linguistics has demonstrated that human languages are too ambiguous and schematic to be used as a medium of internal computation. When people think of spring, they are not confused as to whether they are thinking of a season or something that goes or boing. And if one word can correspond to two thoughts, thoughts cannot be words. The last is about learning and innateness. Language must be learned, it cannot be a module, and thinking must be a type of verbal behavior, because verbal behavior is the most visible manifestation of thought that can be observed externally. Chomsky contended that language acquisition disproved these beliefs in a single blow. Children learn languages governed by highly subtle and abstract principles, and they do so without explicit instruction or any other environmental cues to the nature of such principles. The next presentation will be delivered by Mohammad Ali Ramadhan. Time is yours, Ali.
Okay, my name is Mohammad Ali Ramadhan. On this occasion, I will explain about the stage in language acquisition. Stage in language acquisition. When a human is born, he or she does not have the grammatical structure of his or her first language imprinted on his head or their brain. The native language is learned in stage, which each step bringing the language closer to that of an adult. Children's early language acquisition are divided into 6 stages. First is pre-talking stage, next is babbling stage, then holoplastic stage, and next is two-word stage, and next is telegraphic stage, and last is letter multi-word stage. The first is pre-talking stage around 0 until 6 months. The pre-talking stage or cooing in is a vowel-like sound that responds more strongly to human noise, turns head, and occasionally make logging noise. And next is babbling stage around 6 until 8 months. The sounds generated by babies, but not all speech sound in the words language, such as ma ma ma, or da 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 and ba 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 or na 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 are similar to ma 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 or da da da. Next is holoplastic stage around 9 until 18 months. Holoplastic is the children's first single word that denotes a phrase, and one word is used by children to express a specific emotional stage. The next is two-word stage around 18 until 24th month. On this stage, children begin to create actual two-word sentence, or you can call it the dialogue that follow shows that kind of pattern that might be discovered in children uterus at all this time. A child of this stage is capable of producing consonant sounds such as G, P, B, D, T, M, and N. Telegraphic stage around 24th until 30 month. When a child produces utterances that are longer than two words, they appear to be a sentence-like, with hierarchical component structure that are comparable to the syntactic structure seen in an adult grammar sentence. Last is later multi-word stage around 30 plus months. During this period, the vocabulary grows the fastest with numerous new additions every day. There is no babbling and utterances that have a communicative meaning. I think that's enough for me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, my name is Akbar Hidayat. Next, I'm going to explain about from telegraphy to infinity. What is mean from telegraphy to infinity? This is a phrase from child language acquisition literature where children tend to acquire one word sentence such as mama or dada, and then the two words like up there or me go, and they don't go to three words but can effectively procedure sentence of infinitive to the infinitive length. This is what so telegraph to infinity. It's also one of the nicely poetic scientific term for it. Usually, in this period, children become more fluent and have less error in language. For example, they are able to demonstrate higher order thinking skill. They can say more clear sentence with basic grammar rules such as I'm playing or I'm sad or I'm hungry or etc. In addition, the next period or also will advanced fluency period. A child communication is clear, so it means that in this stage from telegraphy to infinity, when the child have to come to the infinitive length, it is also mean that child communication is become clear and he is fully understood. Maybe that's all from me. Thanks for the attention.
Before we're closing, we're gonna give a conclusion about this topic. Language acquisition is a natural and follow a proper sequence and pattern, and language is learned by comparing what we hear and to what we already know. We learn best when we engage in language that is just over our comfort level, and interaction makes language understandable and available for acquisition. We learn our negotiating meaning, focusing on language structure to promote acquisition of target language structure. I think that's enough from us. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.